Welcome to the Rainbow Room. Now, it might look like a bit of a mess, and in fact it is, because I've only had limited access to it since I started setting it up, and since they closed it down without any notice or anything in April. But you can see I had a whole lot of books for giving away and other stuff. There's a very offensive word there that I've been told is totally unacceptable, and that is the reason under their revisionist things that they tore down the site. It's nothing to do with anything else. This is a caffeination station, and the whole place I labelled as creation innovation station. And I have a selection of books here, different themes, some classics and a little bit of a oops. Yes, going to be a little bit more something books, a little bit more subversive in some ways, like about abuse and stuff. And Fight Club and Acid House, whatever. Then I can't remember what I next categorised, murder mysteries, and then life such as it is, scar tissue, and some more female-oriented and helpful books there, depending on your point of view. And then we've got a few ones with more of it's a murder mystery, but also a bit of a queer theme happening through there in some of those, and some cookbooks and self-help and all sorts of things. Books, boring. More interesting stuff because actually stacks, I shouldn't say stacks, some people who live in the village have difficulty reading text messages, let alone books. I found this little framed picture somewhere that influenced my words because I don't actually swear much at all, which also makes me a bit of an outlier here. But in terms of, relating to people, I can throw a word like shit around, or even more than that. And these are some of the mugs I have collected here for for people to use. That one I just got because I like Doctor Who. Oh, I'm going to recover those quotes because I really do quite like some of those. And they're now threatening to shove all this stuff in the abandoned goods shed, which often just means the cage outside and it will all get destroyed. These metal things they're designed to hook into a shelf system, which I didn't get, but I was going to build my own wooden version of it. And each one is actually separated out into different things or different types of materials or for different sorts of activities. And rather than have a table dedicated to something, people can just grab something to do with nice gauze material. This one's actually full of costumes. How do you like the look of that? Would you believe I can actually see through this mask? And I'm going to grab that for someone in the blue door, actually. What else? Oh, most of the stuff over there on that table is to do with plastic making and various things. Oh, look, this is actually a lampshade, and that's why I got that, to line that with different coloured plastic on the inside, as well as using it for a mould. But yeah, different stuff there, and that screen magnetized for the door. Those flash screens, which are quite handy. Yeah, so different things in different places. That is obviously a sewing station, and there's another one there, and it's more of a crafting version. It's actually very handy to show stuff in. You can work on something, and all the shavings and stuff fall in there. And those are actually aluminium shavings from something I was doing in my room, and happened to bring that up when I brought the thing up. But I was going to use them as sparkling insertions into plastic work and see how, if that does actually add a little bit of metallic glitter within upcycled plastic bottles. And I've been told that I'm commandeered this room, despite me having submitted the first plan in, I think it was July 2021. I have to check my files, and it's all personal stuff, but most of it is actually stuff to give away. And when we did a hot opening as opposed to or a hard opening as opposed to the soft opening that I was doing, for example, I don't own a motorbike, never have, not a Triumph, and Dry Ride is another brand, and that's Torque, and those are all motorbike bags. And I also don't have a car to mount a subwoofer, well, not one that I wanted to mount that subwoofer in, but it's also worth money. I also don't actually drink alcohol to any extent at the moment, but I thought somebody might like, wine holder, and this is a really cool V6 esky. And keeps your hands cold as the cylinders. Not exactly a full-on esky, but more a V6 cooler. That's what it says on the bottom. But not for me, nor the wine glass, nor the homebrew set. In fact, nor most of the stuff in here. They're all to prizes from people who have a go at having a haircut or having their hair cut, or all sorts of things. Yeah, and I did have these labels out everywhere, but as stuff's been shoved around, they've kind of gone missing more. This was the play with clay station. There's some other clay around, and I had a set of kids' books and some toys, and foosball, and other sorts of stuff. So that, there's no real place for kids in the village, but this probably isn't the best place, but it would be a good place in the administration building to have a place where kids can visit and spend time with parents who, some of them due to certain things, might need either supervision or a supervised play area, or just a place that's safe in the village. Yes, and I also really don't like Trivial Pursuit, and I'm not a huge fan. In fact, I've never voluntarily done Jigsaw Puzzle either. I, in fact, haven't played most of these games, but I did get them for other people, and I bought lots of stuff brand new with the theme of the Rainbow Room, actually. And that's a more technical thing for playing with STEM type stuff. Bit of that there. And that's the promo thing I was using back when I was opening it every week for the Orange Store. And this is a Mondrian art puzzle and another kind of puzzly type things and some crafty things there. And a loop-de-doo thing. Origami one. I might take that down for Jamila's things. It might get disposed of in here. Some more card type games, and again more card type games. I don't think I actually got around to fully sorting the games as much as I wanted to, but again, these boxes up here are sorted into different things, different purposes, and so they can all be stacked away, and you can have your own personal box stacked away when you come in as well, so that other people aren't playing with your artwork in the meantime. or craft work or creation, whatever it happens to be. And it means that tables can be cleared for when somebody different comes in and wants to play. And here is stuff for other people's pets, because my cat really does not need a door that big. In fact, it's probably not quite big enough for Louis, but there are people around here, and there are people who come to the tiny vet clinic who would need that and could use that for different things, and probably not in Ainsley village because they would get permission to modify their door, but there are people who come from outside the village. And Argyle village is supposed to be about including people from outside. And these are some of the murals that were done by Candy before Argyle Housing annoyed her so much by telling her she was a bad girl for having a barbecue on Christmas Day for people, because, you know, we don't deserve that, obviously. And yes, despite the fact that she followed policies. And that's why she stopped coming to the Rainbow Room, and in fact she said she hasn't completed the murals, but they look pretty complete. There is some stuff. Wow, I guess she was going to continue filling in those bits over there. And that big white spot up there, I shoved that thingy up there. Kind of works, I think, but yes, it's not quite complete. Anyhow, I am filming video because I was told I'm not allowed to take photos in here, despite the fact that when I went to tribunal last week, they had purposely, very deliberately taken the angles in their photos. Painting your own mugs, I had that as well, and that's for doing some more technical drawing. This is some plastic, a bit more thick and whatever. Yeah, where did that come from? Who knows? Let me see. I think that's about all I need to show you for now. Oh, look, I also got the cold brew thing over there, and the slushy maker, and the thing for kombucha, and Nescafe, and all the Nescafe thingies there, but I prefer my own coffee machine that I bought with my own money. Actually, that was my main coffee machine for a while, but then I got one with a touch screen that is actually less functional, would you believe? But so I brought that one there because it's here, because it's simpler to use for people. Yeah. So yes, it is a bit of a mess, but I happen to be the son of an artist, and my great-grandfather was also an artist. In fact, back in the day, O'Brien's Glass did stained glass windows and stuff, and did the windows in many prominent buildings of the era. It's a great-grandfather in Sydney. Yeah, as well as having many artistic friends and spending time with them in their studios and stuff, just chilling and whatever. And yes, a lot of people have expressed interest in doing stuff in here, as opposed to the Art Haven, because it is small and pokey, and there's been no new supplies in there except some that I gave, and nothing else since like 2019 or 18 or something like that, because we provide facilities but no actual money. I'm not saying who that voice is there, and I'm exhausted now, so over and out. Ooh. And you're probably experiencing some sense of dizziness, but yes, it's just kind of common for me, which is part of the reason I use a walker, because I don't want to fall over so much as my legs have a problem. And the time has come for change. And maybe they've met their match or not, but hopefully through ACAT we'll get a fair hearing and the stuff won't be thrown away and disposed of. And by the way, when I talk about sewing cabinets, no, I have taken the machine out of that one. I did have overlock in one, but that was a borrowed overlock and I returned it. But I do have one of the sewing machines in my common room so I could finish working on my bed, except then